One day, Quacker was thinking. That's right, thinking. What am I going to play? Nothing. I know, I'll play this instead. The world's ended, there's a zombie apocalypse, and you're a bunch of survivors trying to survive a cruel and harsh winter. Wow. Sounds like a thrilling night in, but maybe it could be. Let's see what Dead of Winter, a Crossroads game, is all about. Join us as we unbox, review the pieces, and then review the game. So, to do the unboxing, I'll just start with the box itself. This is the cover, and I was going to say, I would say that it adds quite an impact. I mean, it's something that certainly from a distance looks quite good, and it adds a level of atmosphere. The one thing that I found very slightly off-putting was the fact that this lady here looks a lot like Madonna, and that's kind of a bit, I mean, that's kind of Madonna, music Madonna, and maybe post Ray of Light. I think you'd be going to more music Madonna, to 27, 28, when she did that version of that song, was it Hung Up or something, with the riff from ABBA. Anyway, so inside the box you've got some nice components. Now this has already been pre-punched, so we've already gone through it already. So we've got the instruction booklet, which I haven't read yet, but looks pretty dense, so that might be quite interesting to say the least. Then we've got the board, which will certainly add to some interesting elements as well. We've got our cards, exiled cards, we've got blood hand print cards, some secret cards, which seems we've got something messed up with non-secret cards there, and then we've got some components, which we've got some other cards there with people on them, just put these there. Then we go across here and we have some pieces, some zombie pieces there, don't you see how cool? Then the character pieces as well, which look okay, and then you've got your zombie pieces. I can put any of the stands in here, all your additional pieces, and then you've got your scenario boards there, which are quite fun. Lots and lots of dice, and then a red dice with a tooth on it. Just grab. It's got dead skulls and teeth and all sorts. But anyway, that looks all pretty comprehensive and quite interesting. But now join me as I play, or as I review, Dead of Winter. There's a lot to say about Dead of Winter, a Crossroads game. But before I begin, I'm just going to guide you to this. This is the place to go to in order to have a very well put together video explanation. Now there are other video explanations that are out there, and some of them are equally as good. I will probably recommend them in the links below, but if you're interested, literally basic Google search, you'll find a few. Any that are around about 12 minutes long, very good. Any that go sort of longer than that, generally a little bit too damp, I'd say. Basically means they're too excessive. Anyway, so to get to the game, I'm going to start by talking about the actual components, the way the game works. The pieces look good. Yes, they are paper, or card should I say, and they will perish over time without a shadow of a doubt if overplayed. They're still pretty good. I like the way that they're rendered. I think that, as you can see here, you can probably see this is our cast of survivors. These are our zombies and our zombie locations. This is a finished game, so forgive me if things look a little bit awry, but I think they're of a substantive quality. And then of course you have the cards themselves. I think these cards, they have a level of craft to them, and they give characters a little bit of a background. This is obviously Edward White, a chemist, and they've got down the bottom here details of what that person can do as a special ability. I like those. I think that they're quite functional, which is rare because often in games you find that you get less functional components, i.e. that the characters generally seem kind of abstract and have these really weird functions, whereas with this there's a chain of logic and it does work. Locational, and I'll just quickly take the camera off so I can show you the locations. You've got some very good location work here. So you've got your gas station, hospital, library, school, grocery store and police station, and they all have cards. These are the cards that relate to them, and as you can see, I'll show you for instance on the pack here. So this is a police station card and night vision goggles. I think they're very good. I think that they've obviously thought out what they've done within each component. Do I think that it adds to the texture of the game? It certainly does, as does this, which is your main canvas, and you've got some, and this is a completed game, so this is where you will put your main objective, and then you have your crisis cards, which are excellent and well pieced together, adding a layer of complexity, and I'll discuss that in the actual review itself. And then obviously this is your bin, your waste pile, and that affects morale. And there's your turn counter there, very good as well. The pieces are quite small. They are slightly annoying because they're slightly small and slightly cumbersome. There's a lot of cards, but it does warrant having these cards. These cards in particular are very good, which are your crossroads cards. And you know, you've got some great crossroads cards here, which allow for the game to proceed with a level of sophistication, and also it sort of helps avoid monotony. And then of course, sorry, I've got here other player cards, and these are the other objective cards. These you can keep aside. But the way that a player canvas looks is like this. As you can see, you've got your unused action dice, your used action dice, and then you've got your group leader, your followers, and then your whatever you've got as extras here, as well as your secret objective, which I'll talk to in the review, but I think is very much where the game comes into its own. Some of the other things, there's probably three other things to mention. One is this is the exposure dice, which is can be both heaven and hell. Great gambling tool that is. These little blue dice, which are a little bit on the small side, but I guess you need it because you need so many of them. And then of course you've got your, as I said before, cumbersome pieces for the food supply, your barricades, and then your additional survivors, and then you've got your sort of starvation tokens and your wound tokens, as well as your frostbite. That's the wound, and that's your frostbite tokens. All in all, very good. I do think it will perish quickly though, and I think the reason for that is because of the fact that it is, quite frankly, made of paper or cardboard, and so it means that it won't take it's not as robust, it won't take as much of a hammering as other things will, which is both a good and a bad thing. So just keep the camera in place there. And then finally, before I go and do my review, this is the first player token, and many people have said on the internet, which is exactly what I think, is this is probably the coolest first player token. If only there's a Rambo game, then that would make perfect sense for how that could be used. Anyway,